I want to talk about something I don't see in a lot of Godot tutorials, and that is a Lambda function. What are Lambdas? How do we use them? I'll go through this example quick. So I have a pretty basic setup with a button. We have a score, and whenever the button is pressed, we just reset the score to 0. And this is pretty standard for a setup like this. You would have your connection line, your receiving function, and there are times where this is good to have a designated function for this event. But a lot of the times, it's kind of annoying that one event is split up across multiple lines, and especially if you had like other functions in between here, you'd have to jump from the top bottom of your script just to debug or add to this single event. So there's something we can do to make this a little bit more optimal, and that's going to be utilizing a Lambda function. A Lambda function is literally just a function that does not have a name, so it's not registered to your class per se. They're also called anonymous functions, but the cool thing is we're able to define an anonymous or Lambda function in line, and the way we're going to do that is simply delete this function name. To define a new Lambda, you literally just type the func keyword, you give it the parentheses, and you can optionally give it a return type. I always recommend doing a return type, even if it's simply void. And inside of this Lambda function, we then define our function body. So I can take it from this previous function we had. If I select this, hold left alt and up arrow, I can move my code inside of this Lambda and tab it in one, delete the old function, and now we have a Lambda function, which we are connecting our pressed signal to. Now, the syntax is probably preference, but I think having all the code in one place is beneficial for really small functions like this. Now, I'm going to be honest, I really only use Lambdas realistically for like debugging lines or really small tasks that I have to do, and I've also found that they're really useful for when you have a tween setup. It's really nice to be able to just pass in a quick Lambda into like a sequential tween callback. Another kind of cool example is this one I have here. So we have a score variable, which has just a list of random scores. And the first thing we can do is call this filter function on the scores array. Now, typically with the filter function, you have to give it a method that filters through all the items in the array. We can use a Lambda here, so we don't have to define an entirely new function. Like down here, we would say custom filter and fill all this stuff out. It's as easy as just putting our Lambda inside of the function. So we're returning if the score is greater than 25. If it's less than that, it's going to filter it out of the array. And for the second block of code, we are using the map function on the scores array. Map will essentially just call a method on every item in the array. So our function or our Lambda method simply takes in the score or the current item of the array and returns the score +5. So we're simply adding 5 to every item in the array. Now, personally, I think this looks a little bit cleaner than doing a for loop to, loop through everything and add the numbers up. And the last thing I want to mention about Lambdas is the ability to store them in variables. So in this example, we're defining a new variable. This variable's type is actually a callable, and we could statically type this as well, but we're assigning it equal to a new Lambda, and all this Lambda function does is simply print hello. Using this variable, because the type is a callable, we can obviously call the call function on it, and this will execute the Lambda printing hello. Now, additionally, just like any other function, Lambdas can also accept parameters or arguments. So on this Lambda, which is a multiply function or multiply Lambda, I have a and b as the arguments. We're returning a multiplied by b, and now when I use call on the multiply function, I can pass in any arguments I want, any numbers. I guess I should probably statically type these as integers, but 5 corresponds to A and 4 corresponds to B, which is pretty straightforward. But that'll do it for this video, so I hope you learned something new. If you have any other ideas on where to use Lambdas or like cool use cases, be sure to leave them in the comments. Thank you so much to all the current channel members over on Patreon and YouTube members. All of your support is greatly appreciated. With that though, thanks for watching the video. I hope you have an amazing week, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.